Namaste everyone. I Nirmala Rawat welcome you to my YouTube channel. Hope you all are in good health. Thank you everyone for being part of this journey and supporting me. Your support is much needed and appreciated. Please watch complete videos. In last part, a woman named Chandrika was narrating her tale to Mata Sita. In this part 5, her tale continues. I was distraught. With her departure, the spell was broken, and the students began to speak ill of my husband. They all left, every one of them. They went to the hermitage of our Guru. But I could not return. I could not face him. I blamed myself for what had befallen my husband. Perhaps, had I been a better wife, had served him better. I don't know. Without the students, I could not sustain the hermitage. I had no place to go. One day, I wandered into the forest thinking that I could find my husband and bring him back to his senses. But then, I began to hear a voice inside my head urging me to end my life, to give my life to the river. Finally, unable to withstand that taunting voice, I went to the river's edge and was about to throw myself into the rushing water when I heard another voice pulling me back to life. I knew it to be Parvati Ma. It was she who saved me and guided me here, so that I could devote my life to spiritual pursuits in this heart. She saved my life for whatever it is now worth. Tears again filled Chandrika's eyes, and the waters rose in Mata's eyes as well. She felt Chandrika's pain, the agony of a deserted wife, the abandonment, the humiliation. Internally, Mata gave thanks to Parvati Ma for saving this woman's life. Chandrika continued. Since that time, I have learned that my husband was not the first. This woman, whoever she is, the demoness, goes from hermitage to hermitage, presenting herself as the daughter of a great sage, finding the best of the students and luring them away. Many women have ended their lives in the river as I sought to do. Why Parvati Ma saved me, I do not understand. She then fell silent. Mata was bereft of words as she allowed Chandrika's suffering to pass through her. Finally, she asked, And so you live here alone? Chandrika nodded. But it is not safe, protested Mata. Brutal Rakshasas still terrorize the forest. Are you not fearful of them? Chandrika shook her head. What more can they do to me? I have lost everything that I have held dear. What has happened to your husband? I don't know. I don't know if he is dead or alive. Her voice was expressionless. I will try to find him. Chandrika shook her head before Mata could finish. Forgive me. Forgive me, Mata. I will try to follow whatever guidance you give me. But I beg you, do not ask me to return to him. For the sake of my honor, I can never return to him, and that causes me pain because I love him still, despite his arrogance and disdain for me. Mata understood, but her mind was still on the thought of reconciling the couple. What would you do, Mata? Chandrika asked in a beseeching voice, lifting her eyes to Mata. You, who are the guide for us all, admired and respected for your unconditional love, but also for your dignity as a woman. What would you do if you found yourself in my situation? Mata was taken aback by the question and did not respond right away. She could not imagine such an occurrence. It was inconceivable that her beloved husband Ram would succumb to such seductions. He who was beyond reproach, the living example of dharma. But she felt the pain in Chandrika's heart and experienced Not only the betrayal and loss, but also the affront to her dignity, disrespected by her husband, abandoned by the students and by their guru. That a woman who once must have commanded the respect of the whole hermitage should be reduced to such a state saddened Mata. I cannot imagine any condition that would lessen my love for my husband, but I also would not tolerate any condition that would cause me to lose my dignity. From a very young age, I learned from my father, Maharaja Chanak, that a woman must uphold her dignity, her self respect at all cost. Indeed, this is true for all human beings. No matter what happens to us, we must retain our self respect. Whether you return to the hermitage or not, whether you reconcile with your husband or not, that is less important than regaining your self confidence and belief in yourself. Mata placed her hand on the woman's hand and said, "You are a brave and noble woman and have my admiration. You have done no wrong. Do not deprecate yourself, for in doing so, you do a disservice to all women. We all must strive to be an example for others. It is not I who am the model. I simply seek to do my part. Each one of us must stand as an example, to be in control of ourselves and to retain our dignity. That is all that is asked of us. We cannot control the behavior of others, and we are not responsible for it, but we are responsible for our own behavior and attitudes. Do not do yourself a disservice by thinking your life is of no value. The disrespect your husband showed you reflects on him, not you, and sadly, he will have to suffer the consequences. Perhaps he already has. Then you do not object to my remaining as a forest hermit? She asked timidly. I was afraid you would try to convince me to return to my husband. Mata shook her head. If you had left your husband of your own volition, it would have been different. But circumstances have brought you here, and you are in the best of hands with Parvati Ma as your guide. But come, let me prepare for you a soothing drink to lift your spirits. I found this plant in the forest. They have a very calming effect. Mata went over to the fire pit and brought the dying embers back to life. Chandrika filled a pot with water. As Mata began to heat the herbs, she found some food items and began to prepare a simple meal for Chandrika. They sat together for some time until Mata could see the effects of the brew. By end of the meal, Chandrika was smiling. There was so much Mata wanted to do for her, but she restrained herself. I will leave the rest of these plants with you, Chandrika. Heat them and drink the brew morning and night. You will feel better and your meditation will improve. I will come visit you again, but before leaving, I will share some meditation practices that I have learned along our journey. They may be helpful. And so, Mata shared with Chandrika what she had learned from sage Anusuya about focusing on the breath to calm the mind. Mata, how can I ever thank you? You have given me a new life. Parvati Ma saved my life, but you have given me a reason to live, to preserve my dignity so that I can provide hope to other women who find themselves in my situation. Mata smiled. You have also taught me something, Chandrika. I would have encouraged you to return to the hermitage, but you have shown me that a woman must have strength and courage to carve her own path in life and choose her own future. You have chosen to be a hermit, and I will pray that you receive the knowledge and wisdom to guide your path. Thank you. Jai Shri Ram. Thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Subscribe if not yet subscribed. Don't forget to press the bell icon. Have a great day ahead. Jai Shri Ram.